Good evening. I, Youth Leader Bino, welcome you all to the grand finale of Youth Leadership Program, conducted by Oasis Toastmasters Club, sponsored by Tarangam Organization. I now invite Mrs. Ruby Joseph, a very senior teacher of International Indian School Dammam, who has played a very important role in conducting Youth Leadership Program. Over to you, Mrs. Ruby Joseph.
When Leonardo da Vinci looked at a rock, he did not see a simple rock, but he saw a work of art, a statue waiting to take shape. Today, when I look in front of me, I do not see the young boys and girls, but I can see the leaders of tomorrow. My dear youth leaders, eminent Toastmasters, distinguished guests, the officials and the members of Tarangam Organization, and all the invitees. A very good afternoon to one and all. When we threw our house open for this YLP, that is the Youth Leadership Program, we hope to see a few of the eager learners benefiting out of the essential tips and tricks given by these Toastmasters. I was watching the growth and development of our children for the past 8 weeks. But really telling, we never expected such an overwhelming response. It gives us, the organizers, such joy to watch these youngsters taking interest in the out-of-school activities. I can tell you that the potential inside this room is enormous. Actually, this youth leadership program was initiated by Tarangam, a socio-cultural organization, in collaboration with the Oasis Toastmasters Dammam. But actually the real person behind it is none other than the YLP coordinator, Madam Toastmaster Sadia Khan. She is the one who made this possible, I can tell you. And not only that, she managed to get the best possible Toastmasters available in the Eastern Province every week to our house. And most of them, we can see most of them are here with us today also. I would like the audience to give a big round of applause as a sign of our appreciation and gratitude. Thank you, Madam Sadia. There is a saying that behind every successful person, there is a woman. But I think in her case, it is the other way. Behind her success, we can see an eminent personality who was also a part and parcel of our YLP. I'm talking about none other than her beloved husband, Toastmaster Irfan Khan. Sir, our gratitude is due to you. Also from deep from my heart, I would like to thank Toastmaster Dr. Sheikh Shakil Anjum. You are going to witness his performance today. And hats off to all these wonderful youth leaders who are really overtaking their mentors. I have to thank all the mentors and all the presenters who rearranged their schedule to cater to the needs of our budding Toastmasters. I think all of them will be here. And I would like to request, at this stage, I would like to request all the parents out here to make the best use of the opportunities in front of your kids. I don't know how many of us can boast an open line of contact with these eminent Toastmasters, but all our participants were given an opportunity to contact them at any time of the day. So I would like to request all the parents, you have to encourage your kids to make the best use. And let me tell you that communication skill is very, very important in life, with which we can achieve all our dreams. The marks and all the other things are secondary only. So please make the best use of the possibilities. Initially, our plan was to restrict this plan among the children of the members of this Tarangam organization. But then we made it an open opportunity. But let me tell you frankly that we were overwhelmed with that enormous or the huge response But we are sorry to say that due to the constraints, we couldn't cater to the needs of not even a part of this children we could accommodate. We are very sorry for it, and maybe in the future sections we will be able to accommodate them. I know these Toastmasters, anywhere, they are ready to render their helping hand to anybody at any time. So I don't think it will be a problem for us to arrange more and more sessions like this to our children who are interested. Now I know that you all are waiting to see the programs here. I will hand over the podium to the ones to whom you are eagerly waiting to listen to. That is our youth leaders. We have about 3 competitions lined up here. The international speech or the prepared speech competition, which is very competitive. And we have another, humorous speech competition, from which we'll be able to find out which kid is able to tickle our funny bones. And then also we have the Toastmasters, which is the the table topic contest, which is the true test for an able speaker. They have to think on their feet. Also, let me tell you that half an hour cultural activities are also here, so that our participants will be able to entertain us with their other talents. And an hour is taken by Tarangam organization to celebrate their anniversary. I hope you all will enjoy today, and also more than that, it will be a benefit for our children who are participating. But there was another concern which was voiced to us, that is, since this grand finale is falling in the midst of the test in the school, our participants were not at all able to prepare. But let me tell you that this is not at all a competition. Here, every participant is a winner. So if at all there are any shortcomings, I request all of you to please excuse. Participating is the spirit. And also let me tell you that tomorrow is for those who prepare it today. And the past is an experience, the present is an experiment, and the future is an expectation. So let us use our experience in our experiment to achieve our expectation. Thank you, and over to Bino, the Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you, Mrs. Ruby Joseph. Now I call upon our dynamic president, Youth Leader Alex.
Thank you, Bino. I'm pleased to welcome the Area 32 Governor, Toastmaster Syed Yunus, Toastmaster PJJ Anthony, who has come all the way from Jubail. Thank you, sir. Members of the Toastmasters fraternity, Toastmasters from the OSS Toastmasters Club, Tarangam President, Mr. Sivi Abraham, Tarangam members, parents of the youth leaders, other dignitary guests, and good morning to one and all. This journey, which started approximately 1.5 months ago, is finally coming to an end. Though this journey has led us, we the participants, towards an unending path of learning and growing, these 1.5 months will be in our memories for the years to come upon, and will be a source of encouragement in the future. But I am basically here to be introducing the person who was instrumental in bringing this session a success. She helped, guided, organized our journey, directed us, was our torchbearer, and in her own calm and simple way, transformed us from mere speakers to impressionable communicators. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Sadia Khan.
Distinguished Toastmasters, parents, esteemed guests, and my dear youth leaders. Good evening to one and all. What it means when you say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I have understood the significance of this quote after conducting this youth leadership program. 8 weeks ago, I met these young, enthusiastic lot with stars in their eyes, confidence in their hearts, and a burning desire to become better speakers. We all took the first step tentatively in the direction of learning, and then went on with giant strides. Well, when I look back, I see that the impetus to move ahead came from this force called the youth leaders. Today, I thank them all for making me a much better organizer and conductor than I was. The mentors who made up my team were the people who gave me the confidence, who made the dream of a successful YLP completion a reality. And the presenters who came in at short notice were the guiding force without whom this youth leadership program would not have been complete. I take this opportunity to thank all of those associated with YLP. The Rangam organizers without whom this wouldn't be a reality again. They were there all the time, helping in every way they could. Today is the test, the culmination of program, and to know how did we fare these last days. These budding communicators will portray their learned skill. Please encourage them by clapping, applauding them whenever they are here at the podium, because they have put in a lot of hard work in spite of their academic commitments. To facilitate the contest, today we have a very dedicated individual who needs no introduction in Toastmasters fraternity. A doctor and a Toastmaster, a helpful person, always reaching out to anyone who is in need. Today, Toastmaster Dr. Sheikh Shakil Anjum will be the chief judge for the contest. Please acknowledge your presence, sir, and give him a round of applause. And now, the contest. Let's begin with the contest of contests, the International Speech Contest. To take us through this is a tall, lean gentleman who has been an integral part of this youth leadership program. He has been a mentor, a guiding force to the youth leaders. He's an IT professional. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Syed Mohammad Aga as the contest master.
I apologize for the technical delay. A very good afternoon to everyone present here today. The purpose of the International Speech Contest is to give the contestants a chance to showcase the skills that they've acquired over the last 8 weeks. As contest master, it's my responsibility to lay out the rules and guidelines for this contest. The objective of this contest. The purpose of the International Speech Contest is to provide an opportunity for speakers to improve their speaking abilities, to recognize the best as encouragement to all, and to provide an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient speakers who have benefited from their youth leadership program. In the interest of time, we will conduct this contest using the same procedure as Toastmasters International uses in conducting the International Speech Contest. The judges, contestants, functionaries, and sergeant-at-arms have been fully briefed about the rules. The contestants have been informed of the location of the timer. There will be no flash photography allowed during the contest. The sergeant-at-arms are instructed to close the doors and not admit anyone while the speakers are giving their speeches. Please turn off your cell phones and pagers for the duration of the contest. Timers, can you please check if everything is ready? The contestants have drawn their speaking positions. There will be 1 minute of silence between contestants for the judges to mark their ballots. During that time, you may quietly enter or leave the room if required. Please do not talk during this time. At the conclusion of the contest, the ballot counters will collect the judges' ballots. The timers will deliver the reports to the chief judge. Are the timers ready? Ladies and gentlemen, our first contestant is Maria Alfonso Sebi. The title of her speech is My Ambition. The title of her speech is My Ambition. Contestant number 1, Maria Alfonso Sebi.
Your ambition is to be an IAS officer? Oh, it's all about power, about privilege, and about flashing beacon lights, right? My friend declared. No, I said. The IAS is about public service and nation building. Ambition is a burning desire to achieve one's goal or succeed. Ambition is a motive force needed to propel an individual to work towards cherished goals. Good evening, respected contest master, honorable Toastmasters, judges, ladies, gentlemen, and my fellow youth leaders. Ambition. This urge for personal achievement, when coupled with steely determination and grueling hard work, has led people from all walks of life to create a new path, to reach new heights, and to resounding success. My ambition in life is to become an IAS officer. The Indian Administrative Service, IAS, is the premier civil service of the Indian government. The IAS offers an attractive and challenging career to the ambitious, the aspiring, and the talented. The IAS is a service rendered by capable men and women. It is about using one's skill, talent, and resources for the growth and development of one's own motherland. It is a foundation of a just nation. It is about bringing a positive difference in the lives of people. In this, my role model and inspiration is Mr. Alphonse Kannanthanam, the former IAS and the present MLA from Kanjapalli, Kottayam. Surely you have heard of this gutsy officer with a backbone, go-getter attitude, hell-bent on making a difference. His best-selling book, Making a Difference, is all about the people who had the courage of conviction to dream aloud and the will to work to make those dreams a reality. Today, the Indian bureaucracy is at the crossroads and facing several challenges. I am actually painfully aware of the Transparency International's rating of the Indian bureaucracy on corruption. As an IAS officer, I will never be motivated by the desire to make money. As I discharge my duties and responsibilities without fear or favor, and provide a thoughtful leadership, direction, and guidance to assigned projects, I will leave no stone unturned to defend and promote a cause that I hold close to my heart, protecting women's and children's rights. I will implement the legal right for women and children. Have you heard this? The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Truly so. As I conclude, I urge my fellow participants and students to have an ambition, believe in it, work hard and harder, no matter what, aim high, not failure, but low aim is a crime. It is not a dishonor not to reach a star, but it is a dishonor not to have a star to reach. I wish all of you an ambition-filled and a fulfilling life. Thank you.
Can we have 1 minute silence while the judges mark the ballots? Timer, can you show me the red card at the end of 1 minute? Our second contestant is youth leader Judith Anna. The title of her speech, The Moments Before Examinations. The title of her speech, The Moments Before Examinations. Contestant number 2, Judith Anna.
Hello. Respected contest master, judges, Toastmasters, dear youth leaders, good evening to all of you. Aren't our examination going on? Yes. The very word sends waves of fear and shock in the minds of the student community. The students long for a real escape from this tyranny. Examinations, they are a curse for students. They are a bane for students. They really come like electric shocks, whether to bright ones or weak ones. And in the examination hall, our state is no better. With the question paper in my hands, I feel as if I have just received my death sentence. Examination is a great trial. When they come, even the gayest of them forget all play and turn worshippers of the book day and night. Examination is a real great trial, and everyone is afraid of them. Even Christ said, "Oh God, save me from trials." And indeed, it is the same thing that each student prays. What a student has taken to learn in years and months is going to be tested within a couple of hours. The night before exams is the worst time of life for me. How much ever we sport for it, yet we have a lurking fear that we wouldn't do it well. The night before exams, we feel worried to death. We never get a wink of sleep, how much ever we try for it. They destroy our peace of mind. I feel it is a lottery. A lucky one may drop